The crystal chandeliers of the Grand Rothschild Hotel's ballroom cast golden light across the champagne-sipping crowd. Another luxury hotel opening, another chance for the Rothschild family to showcase their hospitality empire. If only they knew what was really happening behind those gold-leafed walls. Still inspecting the linens, Grace? Victoria Rothschild's voice dripped with mock concern. Old habits die hard, I suppose. I turned from the window where I'd been watching the sunset over Manhattan, keeping my expression neutral. Actually, I was admiring the view. The positioning of this property is quite strategic. Strategic? Charles Rothschild, my father-in-law, laughed heartily. It's prime real estate, dear. Something you'd understand if you had proper hospitality management training instead of, what was it again? A master's degree in international hospitality from Cornell. I replied calmly, and 15 years of operational experience. Starting as a housekeeper, Victoria reminded everyone within earshot. Though I suppose someone has to make the beds. The subtle titters from the surrounding hotel executives made my skin crawl. But I maintained my smile. If they only knew that while they were building outdated luxury hotels, I created Horizon Hospitality, the fastest-growing boutique hotel brand in Asia and Europe. Leave her alone, mother, my husband Peter interjected, though his voice wavered slightly. The Rothschilds had that effect on people, even their own son. 3 generations of luxury hoteliers had taught them how to weaponize disapproval. We're just concerned, Charles said, adjusting his Rolex. Grace has potential, despite her humble beginnings. She could have a real position at Rothschild Hotels. Instead, she wastes time with that little consulting business of hers. Little consulting business. I suppressed a smile, thinking of the encrypted files on my laptop showing Horizon's true market position. While Rothschild Hotels built monuments to excess, Horizon had revolutionized the industry with sustainable luxury and digital innovation. Sometimes the best innovations come from understanding every level of operations, I said quietly. From the ground up. Victoria's perfectly manicured hand waved dismissively. Innovation. Luxury hospitality is about tradition, dear. Our guests expect the Rothschild standard, crystal, marble, gold. Not your, what did you call it? Sustainable luxury. The same sustainable luxury that had earned Horizon the coveted Global Hospitality Innovation Award last month. An award I couldn't acknowledge yet, not until tomorrow's announcement. Speaking of standards, Charles interjected, the board is reviewing regional management positions next week. A proper corporate role might help you understand how this industry really works. And there it was. The real reason for this public humiliation. The Rothschilds didn't just want to control their empire. They wanted to squash any hint of competition, even from family. Thank you, but I'm quite satisfied with my current work. I replied, sipping champagne that probably cost more than a housekeeper's monthly salary. Satisfied? Victoria's eyebrows rose perfectly. With a small consulting firm. Every major hotel group in the country works with Rothschild Hotels. I thought about tomorrow's investor meeting, where the truth about Horizon would finally be revealed. There's more to hospitality than luxury hotels, Victoria. Peter shifted uncomfortably beside me. He knew part of the truth. He was one of only 3 people who did. We kept Horizon's true ownership secret for years, watching and waiting for the perfect moment. The industry is changing, I continued. Guests want something different now. Different. Charles scoffed. We've defined luxury hospitality for 50 years. Our methods are proven to be increasingly irrelevant according to every market analysis. But the Rothschilds were too busy polishing their crystal to see the digital revolution coming. Times change, I said simply, even in luxury. Victoria's hand gripped my arm, her diamond bracelet catching the light. Listen, dear, you have a chance to be part of something significant. Don't waste it chasing trendy concepts like sustainability and digital integration. I gently removed her hand, thinking of Horizon's latest properties, seamlessly blending luxury with environmental responsibility and cutting-edge technology. Everything the Rothschilds dismissed as trendy. Thank you for your concern, I said. But I should go. I have an early meeting tomorrow. With clients? Victoria's laugh tinkled like her precious crystal. More small hotels needing housekeeping advice? Something like that. I kissed Peter's cheek, ignoring Victoria's slight frown at this public display. Good night, everyone. Beautiful opening as always. As I walked to my car, Marcus Chen, my chief technology officer at Horizon, fell into step beside me. They still don't suspect anything. Too busy counting their crystal glasses, I replied, unlocking my Tesla, purchased with Horizon profits, not Rothschild money. Tomorrow will be interesting. In my home office that night, I reviewed the final details for tomorrow's announcement, the presentation showing Horizon's true market position, the partnership deals with major investors, the technology that would make traditional hotel operations obsolete. My phone buzzed. A message from our lead investor. Documents signed. Press release is ready. You're sure about tomorrow? I thought about Victoria's condescending smile, Charles's dismissal of innovation, their decades of treating service staff like invisible machinery. I'm sure, I typed back. Everything's ready. The next message came from our PR director, media briefing prepared. Industry analysts positioned. They won't know what hit them. I smiled, remembering Charles's words about proper hospitality management. He had no idea that while they were building their last century's vision of luxury, I created the future of hospitality. Looking out over the city lights, I thought about my first day as a housekeeper, learning every detail of hotel operations from the ground up. Know your place, Victoria had once told me. Well, I did know my place, at the forefront of a hospitality revolution. And tomorrow, the Rothschild family would learn that some empires aren't built on crystal and marble, but on understanding what luxury really means in the modern world. The Rothschild Hotel's corporate boardroom epitomized old-world luxury, Italian marble tables, antique tapestries, and views of Central Park that cost more than most hotels' annual revenue. At 8:45 a.m., Victoria Rothschild swept in, already frowning at my presence. Grace, this is a private investor meeting. Surely Peter told you. Actually, I interrupted smoothly, I called this meeting. I nodded to James Chen, CEO of Global Hospitality Ventures, who had just entered. Shall we begin? What is the meaning of this? Charles demanded as more investors filed in. His face reddened when he recognized the CEO of Asian Pacific Resorts and the director of European Luxury Holdings, the biggest names in international hospitality. Please, everyone take your seats, I said calmly. We have a lot to cover. Victoria's perfectly composed face slipped slightly as she noticed the Horizon Hospitality logo on the presentation screen. That's your little consulting company, isn't it? What could possibly? Horizon Hospitality, James Chen began, is the fastest growing luxury hotel brand in the world. Their revolutionary approach to sustainable luxury and digital integration has transformed the industry. And today, we're announcing a global partnership that will change everything. The room fell silent as the first slides appeared, showing Horizon's true market position. 40 properties across 3 continents, guest satisfaction scores that made Rothschild hotels look outdated, revenue growth that defied industry standards. Impossible, Charles whispered. We would have known. Would you? I asked quietly. You were too busy adding more crystal chandeliers to notice that the industry was changing. While you were polishing marble, we were developing AI-driven service platforms. While you were gilding lobbies, we were creating zero-carbon luxury experiences. Victoria's hand trembled slightly as she reached for her water. But, you're just a former housekeeper? I finished for her. Yes. Someone who learned hotel operations from the ground up. Someone who saw what guests really wanted. Not just luxury, but meaningful, sustainable luxury. Technology that enhances service rather than replaces it. Environmental responsibility without sacrificing comfort. The presentation continued, showing Horizon's innovations. Smart rooms that learned guest preferences, sustainable operations that saved millions while enhancing the guest experience, staff training programs that created career paths instead of dead-end jobs. Your consulting business, Charles managed, his voice hoarse. It was a cover? It was market research, I corrected. Every time he sent me to fix another struggling Rothschild property, I learned more about what needed to change in this industry. Every dismissive comment about housekeeping helped me build better staff development programs. James Chen stood up. Global Hospitality Ventures is acquiring a controlling interest in Rothschild hotels, he announced. Under Horizon's management. Under her management, Victoria's voice rose an octave. But we're the Rothschilds. We built this industry. You built what luxury meant 50 years ago, I said gently. But the world has changed. Today's guests want more than crystal and marble. They want responsibility, sustainability, real service, not just the appearance of it. The screens showed the transformation plans. Rothschild properties renovated with sustainable materials, staff trained in Horizon's innovative service methods, technology integrated seamlessly into the guest experience. You went behind our backs, Charles accused, but his voice lacked its usual authority. Use our name. Actually, I corrected, I built something completely different. Horizon succeeded because it isn't Rothschild Hotels, it's everything you refused to become. Peter, who had been quietly watching, finally spoke. The sustainable luxury concepts you dismissed last year, the digital integration you called trendy, she tried to help you change. You wouldn't listen. The next few hours were a blur of contracts, press releases, and restructuring plans. By afternoon, the headlines read, Hospitality Revolution. Innovative Horizon Group acquires traditional Rothschild hotels. Victoria found me in my new office, Charles's former suite, that evening. How? She asked simply. How did we not see this coming? You saw what you expected to see, I replied. A housekeeper trying to rise above her station. You never thought someone who made beds could understand luxury better than you did. 6 months later, I stood in the lobby of the first renovated Rothschild Horizon property. The crystal chandeliers had been replaced with stunning art installations powered by renewable energy. The marble floors were now sustainable bamboo. And the staff moved with the confidence of people building careers, not just serving the wealthy. Marcus Chen, my CTO, joined me for the final inspection. Guest satisfaction scores are up 40%, he reported. Operating costs down 35%. And we're carbon neutral. And the Rothschilds? I asked. Charles retired to their place in Monaco. Victoria's apparently taken up environmental activism of all things, trying to rebrand herself as a sustainable luxury consultant. I laughed, remembering her dismissal of trendy sustainability. My phone buzzed with another message. Our Dubai property had just won the Global Innovation in Luxury Award. The former Rothschild boardroom was now a training center, teaching everything from housekeeping to executive management. On its walls hung photos of our staff at all levels, including one of me making beds during my first year in hotels. Why keep that photo? Peter asked when he visited. After everything they said about your background. Because it reminds me where real luxury comes from, I replied. Not from crystal and marble, but from understanding what service really means.